Come back to Throne and Liberty. Let's see what the game has to offer. What the?
Mizuki says du XX sucht mit Glieder befragen schreibt mir, laughing face. Calray says healer LFG abyss. Says do not share your personal information with other players. Dregstar says how to turn off this AI chat. Says killed hermit lobster. Says killed large stone crab. Says killed chess station.
Chess station has been killed.
Island Brushes says DPS LFG Ghost. Says killed large stone crab. Baby Knife says DPS 33 LFG Abyss. Cerna says any Abyss groups going? Snow Oman says yo. Says old intelligence record 63 to 7 book collected.
Milestone.
Island Brushes says LFG DPS Abyss. Nitra says yo. Says completed nesting grounds destroyer milestone and acquired rewards. Creamy Burritos says acquired all 3 leveling log rewards. H88 says LF1 tank 2 DPS for Abyssal DM me. Baby Knife says DPS LFG Abyss. Arkan says Durgith says DPS LF Abyss. No TAC OFC. Idio says DPS Abyss.
Let's see which of these.
H88 says need tank Abyssal DM.
Basic volume setting.
IC1 PS3 says I envy me, tank LVL27.
Notifications, inventory. Sound.
Calray says healer LVL26 900 GSLFG Abyss.
Hello there.
Unfortunately, we're a bit late. That one must have taken Adriana away!
You have a star fragment just like that girl. I won't be going home empty-handed after all.
What is happening?
Wolf says LFG LVL26 Abyss.
You dare interfere with our plans? I'll kill you!
Elite says yo, is the server mainly English? Shunsuk says hopefully.
You won't be able to escape
Hand over the star fragment!
until it takes too dark.
Sappy Burn says La Guild. I am damaged says yes.
Some kid!
Nay says saw some French, Spanish, and German but yeah mostly N. Gabaratomatica says non say you'll FRICI. Bruxas says G. Dregstar says can anyone tell me how to turn off AI chat?
I can't forget that with time my memories became clear.
Chinzo says I am damaged says LOL.
Oh.
Lwisu says hello.
I felt someone's presence in my sleep. I thought it was just me. I quickly hid myself and watched the intruder pass by. The pattern engraved on their sword meant that they were part of the Archeum.
MRSKYY says WA. The Archeum Legion attacked the lighthouse where Adriana had been hiding, seeking the power of her star fragment. Only after defeating them did you discover her research papers and a diary she had left behind. There, Stay Frosty Ghost says LFG Abyss DPS.
Difficult times she had been through.
Says used tasty food selection chest, 15 minutes. Says used quality base material selection chest. Says used quality base material selection chest.
Leveling magic stone.
Arkan says Gilda Frances chasseurs de têtes recruit. Rejoins news, laughing face.
Character. Character name display. NPC. Target. Content. Chat. What kind of book is this? You can rotate the objects. Oh,
Stay Frosty Ghost says LFG DPS Abyss.
found no clues. The school of Adriana seemed disappointed with dance modeling.
Just who was Janice Carter anyway? She recognized my power immediately, and knew that as long as I possessed it, I would be targeted by Archeum for the rest of my life.
She ended up telling me that the only way to truly be free from the Archeum was to leave as soon as possible and find...
Says you can now join a guild and carry out guild
Janice Carter,
contracts.
someone Adriana had met. Janice, recognizing the strength of the star fragment that Adriana had, advised her that the only way to be free from the Archeum was to leave as soon as possible and find a way to control her power.
Boss says guild PTB are open.
The Infinity V.
Archeum forces captured Martinet, the younger of two twin
Hanazum
sisters.
says
By
DPS
keeping her
LFG
hostage,
Abyss.
they forced the shaman Adriana,
Abaddon says
who wielded
TSNK
the power
LFG
of the
Abyss.
star fragment, to call forth the rains.
I see.
As the ritual began, rain cascaded from the sky, accompanied by crashes of thunder. But the Archeum forces had altered the ritual. Their tampering caused a cursed
Reho
rain
says
to fall
DPS
on
LFG
Massey.
Abyss. Syed says tank LFG
Wherever
Abyss.
the rain fell, creatures transformed into violent monsters that attacked people and devastated the farmland. Adriana was shocked to witness what she had done. When the Archeum forces turned on the sisters, meaning to kill them now that they had served their purpose. The awe-inspiring power of the star fragment that lay dormant within Adriana flooded out, and their enemies were annihilated in an instant.
Ace Sasaki says DPS LFG Abyss.
In the aftermath, Adriana was beset by unspeakable disfigurations, swallowed by guilt over her role in causing the cursed rain.
Funky Monkey says LFG 29 Healer Abyss. Simply Gideon says Gilda Sauerhaufen sucht aktiv durch Sprachage mit Strider. Einfach über das Gildensystem bewerben.
Megalops.
Fekin says DPS LFG Abyss. Says killed Mega Lobster.
Hermit Lobster.
Gabaratomatica says Gabaratomatica. Says you can use dash morph soon. Lunara says hey. Says killed Hermit Lobster. Fekin says DPS LFG Abyss.
Main shield shell research.
Adriana used to live.
Narog says LFG DPS Abyss 967 power.
Ugh, I can't just jump off. I've noticed I only have a small. Really?
Fekin says DPS LF. Says you have acquired unidentified contaminant completion reward. S.
Magical region.
Says you have acquired. Kaijuna says log ilditutuland recruit jouters fr obek discord. Chill pve/p. Morg says LF healer and DPS abyss. Chinzo says D. Koger says anyone know the spawn rate of Chief Terror Bird? Express VII says I envy me. Express VII says I'm DPS. Anta says he has different spawn point, check the whole area. Says you have acquired unidentified. Koger says yeah I checked them all.
So much.
Morg says LF healer abyss. Anta says check again. Anta says it's 100% uptime.
Large stone crab.
Irene says just wait a bit at one of the points. Awesome Shady says casual CZ/N guild looking for players. who just want to be somewhere. Hanazum says killed large stone crab. Sortie Myth says Gilda Jesus Space Army such Dutch Sprakage Spieler. Preferiert behandlung gibt. Simpligadin says Gilda Sauerhauf en such active Dutch Sprakage mit Strider. Einpake über das Gildensystem bewerben. Says you have acquired unidentified contaminant completion reward, S. Gismeralda says DPS LFG Abyss. Charlier C says LFG 2 DP, Hanazum says LFG to explore dungeon. Morg says LF Healer Abyss.
Let's see. No windmill.
While you search for treasures hidden in ships wrecked by storms and chests that have been drifting, you will encounter the masters of the coastline. From a distance,
Morg says need healer for Abyss.
But when you get up close, you'll find they pose a greater threat.
Hanazum says LF tank and healer for Abyss.
Welcome to the investigator.
We don't have enough resistance.
Herbalist.
Funky Monkey says LFG 30 healer Abyss.
What's wrong?
Could you help periodically? I check to do that. I must please defeat the creatures on the shore.
Says you have acquired examine the contamination of the shore completion reward, S. Says killed large stone crab. Pa Clementine says LFG DPS Abyss second time. Says killed Chestation. Says killed Hermit Lobster. Hulk Smash 0332 says LFG Abyss. Hulk Smash 0332 says LFG Abyss DPS. Says killed Chestation.
And one more.
Says killed Chestation. Says you have acquired examine the contamination of the shore completion reward, S.
Operate the commission to investigate the...
RSXGG says LFG Abyss Tank. Last Century says LFG Abyss DD. Awesome Shady says Casual CZ/N Guild looking for players. Kasem says LFG Abyss DPS.
Investigating the device. The measurement.
Says you have acquired. Examine the contamination of the shore completion reward. S. Peel says game crashes when using the party board. Ezekiel says we are 2 DPS for Abyss LFG. Mayagata says DPS here.
DPS for the Abyss. Cast out on storage manager.
Gambling says why don't y'all just join the queue?
Hello, friend. Come on in and look around.
Hoi-ho, friend. If you need a weapon you can count on, you've come to the right
Lumby
place.
Eats says Negroni says how do I turn off female narrator? Kasem says LFG Abyss DPS. Lumby Eats says don't know, maybe it's buggy. Korpschnappy says Benzioduk das Zeofinden.
Quality polished crystal, lithograph weapon. Oh.
Sauron says Klar.
In the roaring temple.
H88 says LF1 tank 2 DPS. Kasem says LFG Abyss DPS.
A weapon's only as good as its wielder.
Oh my, it's smashed to bits. Don't
Snow
worry,
Oman
I'll
says yo.
completely fix it with restoration magic. Yes. Restoration complete. Now you can smash the Archeum to bits as you wish.
H88 says LF1 tank 1 DPS Abyss. Says, Bald Beauty says anyone want to try this together?
Quality lithograph on.
Strahl says Jesus.
Come back anytime, my friend.
The armor
Iron
craft.
Claw have it halfway destroyed. Do you need stronger armor?
Quality magic trap.
Says A.
The roaring temple.
Oh my, smashed to bits. Come back anytime. Check if you're missing
H88 says LF1 tank Abyss DM.
Anything else